I got elected Pope. Nice. I got it. Woohoo. Hello, everyone. My name is King Kongveal, and welcome back to my royal court here in Europa Universalis 4, where I am ruling as the Roman Empire. So last episode, we finished off all of the regions that I had wanted in my original and updated goals by finishing off North Germany and Poland. In addition, we got this one province up here to help finish off another achievement. In addition to that, we fought a bunch over in the New World and have almost all of South America, just missing a couple of provinces by Muisca. We also fought a bunch in North America and have most of that as well. We still have a little bit from Cascadia, a bunch from Mexico, and some from America, and a little bit from Canada we need to conquer. But we are currently at war once again with Brandenburg, Commonwealth, and Perm, because I want to finish off this state and get these three provinces just to have prettier borders as opposed to jutting up here a little bit. Let's just finish off this area. And other than that, I don't know if I'm going to do any more conquest in the old world. I thought about possibly heading down into Timbuktu and Ethiopia, but I was looking at, trying to get pretty borders down here, and it would just be a pain in the butt. I could full annex Ethiopia and Timbuktu, and honestly Kong as well. And Jolof's here as well. Don't know about them, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I might just get this province here once this one is done and finish off the New World and call it good and just chill for the rest of the game. I don't know. May also get Greenland. Didn't realize that was still unsettled. I don't know. If I do that, I might also get these islands here, Great Britain and Illinois, finish them off. But we'll see. We'll see about all that. But the first thing I need to do is finish off these three provinces from Brandenburg and finish off Muisca. And let's go ahead and just declare war in about a month once I can. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unpause. Another thing I wanted to do, now that I remember, looking at the religions, I've converted pretty much everything that I own directly, except for one province, which will get rid of its religious zeal in a couple of years, and then we'll convert it. But a lot of my subjects are Anglican. Let's go ahead and convert them, like Louisiana and Canada and Australia and Florida. Florida is now a little bit disloyal, but we can support loyalists to get them back loyal. The United States declared war on Roman Canada. No, they cannot do that. Let's see if they'll enforce peace. Yeah, they will. Good. That'll give me some more time to work on the truce with them before I can full annex them. All right, that was a quick and easy war. Again, I don't really want anything else from Brandenburg, Commonwealth, or Perm other than these three. So I can now get them and a touch of money. So let's go ahead and just end this war. There we go. And to get some more diplomatic power, I meant to do this when I first started, but it's only been a couple of months. Man, I just did that war in like 9 months, 8 months. That's crazy. But in order to get some more diplomatic power to continue trying to convert cultures, I am actually going to get rid of some of these diplomatic policies. I'm going to keep this core creation cost one, but I think these other two don't really care anymore. So let's just get rid of them. That'll get me 15 diplomatic power per month. So yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. At least until my king dies, and then I'm going to lose 2 more because my heir sucks. Oh yeah, I forgot. I never declared war on Muisca. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, this colony is done, so let's do this colony. All right, Muisca is fully occupied. They're occupied by Roman Brazil, so that's fine. There we go. South America is all done. So I have this event where I can get 20 papal influence or diplomatic relations and some aggressive impact, which I don't really need. But I've got 200 papal influence already. And I was saving that up because I was considering breaking truce with either the United States or with Mexico. I think I might go ahead and do that. Declare war on Mexico, break truce, and then I can just stab up twice with the papal influence and I'll get some more. So I think that's gonna be the plan. Imperialism, and we'll get a bunch from Mexico and annex Cascadia. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Yep. And then we will stab up twice, and then we will get some more papal influence. And let's head in. All right, Cascadia is out for a full annexation. They're done. Ooh, that's a good general I just rolled. 5664. Nice. Okay, I haven't quite fully sieged them down, but I can fully annex Mexico. Full annexation. Let's go ahead and do that. And now we'll core up 5 provinces over here in California. We'll do that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then in a day, all of Mexico will go over to Mexico, and I'll work on coring up those 5 to become Roman California. I can get my next expansion idea, but I mean, do I really care? I suppose. Why not? Well, let's go ahead and colonize Greenland. I'm back in the positive with Diplo power. So let's work on converting some cultures. And there's Roman California. Very nice. All right, there's my truce with Illinois. So let's go to war with them and their allies. So I think I'm actually going to declare war on Great Britain. So not calling Illinois, actually. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll go to war with Great Britain, Kongveal, and Canada. I'll go ahead and take Canada and finish off Great Britain up here, and I'll probably take Great Britain down here as well. Why not? And whatever else I can take from them. I may or may not take anything from Kongveal. We shall see. But when I get a diplomat back, we'll go ahead and do this. I can get Miltech 31. Sure, let's do it. And I'm going to go ahead and declare war on Illinois. They've got no allies, got 1,000 troops and 16 ships, so it'll be quick and easy. As I said, that war with Illinois was nice and quick. It lasted, I don't know, a month, 2 months, something like that, a couple of months, and they are full annexed. And my next expansion idea, global tariffs and envoy travel time. All right, I can piece Kongveal out. Let's take war reps, and that'll be it. And let's piece out Canada as soon as I get a diplomat back. There we go. They are done. Nope, they rejected it. Said they would accept it. At least they did a second ago. Now they'll accept it. And then we can piece out Great Britain for a full annexation. The provinces they have up here, provinces they have down here, plus some islands that they've got around in various places. I'm just going to take whatever they've got. I don't really care what they've got, but I'm going to take it. One thing I didn't mention as I was doing it, I pumped a bunch of papal influence into trying to become the Pope. I haven't done that yet in this game. I've never been the Pope, at least as far as I know. I may have at one point earlier on, but I don't think I have. So I figured it's between me and the Commonwealth alone at this point. So I'm not using the papal influence really for anything else. So might as well give it a shot. I don't know if the Pope's going to die by the end of the game and I'll get it, but we'll give it a shot. I can intervene in a war between great powers. Let's see. Delhi is getting attacked by Vijayanagar and Transoxiana. And Bengal is actually really small. And Manipur, and they've got the ally of Multan. Yeah, I don't care. India and Central Asia can do whatever the heck they want. I'm not worried about them. All right, let's start a debate in the Senate. Let's do culture conversion cost minus 15%. There we go. What does that get me up to? I think 8. Yeah, 8. Let's see. Can I? Nope, I will not get that. Oh, well. Though I saw another one that I could get, the trade hegemon. I just need to own a core province in Malacca. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That shouldn't be too hard. Russia is declaring war on Bali and Sunda and calling me in. Okay, sure. And my emperor died, and I now have a new emperor. Pretty good heir to the throne, though. 356. I like the 5 Diplo skill to convert more. I don't like the 1 Diplo skill I currently have. That sucks. So I'm only getting 13 Diplo points a month, and the cheapest to convert that I currently have is 17. So I need more than 1 month to get enough points to convert any. And yes, I am converting accepted cultures at this point. I'm just converting everything, starting with the cheapest, working my way up to the most expensive, seeing what I can get through. Okay, let's go ahead and declare war on Malacca so I can take the province of Malacca. Let's go. And this one, I think I'll go ahead and call Russia into, because why not? I got elected Pope. Nice, I got it. Woohoo! Let's see, Golden Bowl. Let's go with the De Gratia Rex. Yearly absolutism, regimental drill loss, and unrest in Catholic provinces. Yeah, sure, that'll be good. All right, my truce with the United States just ended, so let's go ahead and declare war on them. We'll co-belligerate Australia, imperialism. Let's go. All right, I can peace out Malacca. Can't quite get everything I want. I did get an army stack wiped here, so I was stupid, but I can go ahead and get all of this here. So let's go ahead and do that. You know, the thing that amazes me, I just saw that the United States has like over 300 ships, and looking at their coastline, they've got this here and this. How do they have 479 ships with that kind of coastline? Holy cow. That is ridiculous. All right, I think I can full annex Australia now. Do they have something else somewhere? They've got a lot of things. Let's go ahead and just full annex them. Yeah, there we go. Can't white. Okay. All right, there's the end of the Russian war that I was marginally involved in. I have a regency, and that got me an achievement. What achievement was it? Spice Girls. Having a female ruler have active trade bonuses for cloves, spice, salt, and sugar. Awesome. Awesome. My heir won't come to rule by the end of the game. That's a shame. And I got the trade hegemon. Barons of the European country conquer and have cores on Aden, Hormuz, and Malacca. Finally, Australia will accept a full annexation. The problem is they had more than just these down here. They had some of these islands going up here. So I wanted those, so I had to go send some troops out to siege them down. But I can now get them, and they are done. And I can now full annex the United States. So let's go ahead and do that. And in a day, everything will switch over. And there we go. I now own the entire New World. Ethiopia wants to ally me. Sure, why not? Let's go to war against the Hawaiian nations. See, I can't daisy chain them all. That's fine. We'll start with one and go to the other. And there's the next one. All right, I can piece out the Hawaiian nations, both for all for a full annexation. There we go. And Hawaii is mine. The Panama Canal is completed. I didn't notice that. I've got the Panama Canal, the Kiel Canal, and the Suez Canal. Russia's calling me into another war in the Southeast Asia, Malacca area. I don't care to participate, but yeah, I'll accept. And for my last Senate issue, we're going to go with the culture conversion cost minus 15% once again. There we go. And that'll be my 9th and last successful Senate mission or Senate issue in this playthrough. Unfortunately, I will not get the 11 that I need for the achievement. I'm going to declare war on Hadramut because I want to get all of Australia for Roman Australia. And I want to own all of the clove producing provinces, and they own a couple here. So let's go ahead and declare war and do that. And I can get Miltech 32, the final Miltech. And I likely won't get Admin Tech 31 or 32 or Diplotech 31 or 32. So I'm using all of my Diplo points to culture convert and all of my admin points to full core everything. So I have a lot still I need to full core, and I'm doing lots and lots of culture converting. I still have lots to go. And of course, there's no way I'll get through all of this, but I want to get through as much of it as I can. I'll call Ethiopia into this war. Hopefully they can help out with like Ajuran and Merhan and the guys over here that I don't really care about. I'm not going to call Russia into the war though. All right, I can peace out Hadramut. I'm taking all of Australia and all of the Spice Islands, whether they have cloves or not. And I think that'll be good. Yeah. There we go. Roman Australia has all of Australia. I'm just going to peace out of this war. I don't really care. I don't want to be in the war anymore. So let's just peace out. Good luck, Russia. And I'm not going to start converting the culture of any more provinces. I'm not going to get through anymore. I'm not even going to get through all the ones I'm working on. So we'll just let it go. All right. Since I can't convert all of these, since I won't convert all these in the next 2 days, I'm going to stop converting and get the 31st and 32nd Diplo power. And there we go, is 32 Diplo power. All right. Well, there is January 1st. 1821 and 2 days before the end of the game. So before it all stops, let's go recap what happened both this episode and in this playthrough. So in this episode, we fought a quick war against Brandenburg and Commonwealth and finished up getting these 3 provinces up here. We also fought against Great Britain and Illinois, took these provinces here, as well as all the provinces that Great Britain had both in South Africa and throughout the Pacific Ocean. We fought a couple of wars in the New World and got all of the lands in the New World. We also have all of Australia after fighting Hadramut, and we own every single province that produces cloves, including the one in Egypt. We also did a bit more colonization. We finished off the uncolonized provinces in North Africa, and we colonized Greenland. In addition to that, we worked on full coring everything that we could, which there's still quite a few here that we can't, and not quite everything is stated. There's still some things that are unstated that I also didn't put into trade companies because at this point I wasn't too worried about it. We also converted a bunch of cultures. We'll get to that map in a minute. But that's basically what we did. Just wrap up a couple of things. Wrap up a little bit in Europe and wrap up the entire New World, as well as much of the Pacific Ocean. So, recap the playthrough. This was a big one. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed this. It started out pretty tough when I was Aragon. I started out by being Byzantium, started expanding over here, expanded into North Africa. I got the Iberian Union. I turned into Sardinia-Piedmont, got a bunch of those claims, started spreading throughout. I turned into Italy. After getting a personal union on France, spread into England, spread into Germany, throughout the Middle East, North Africa. It was a big one. It was a fun one. Let's just go through the tabs and then we'll go through the timeline. So I ended the game in a regency running level 5 diplomats. I didn't really care what they were, honestly, for the most part. I just wanted something. The missionary strength one was nice to convert people quicker, and these 2 were just level 5 ones. And I was focusing on diplo power so I could try to culture convert as much as possible. I didn't have all the promoted cultures that I could. I didn't really care because I was trying to convert everything. I had 2 allies at the end, Ethiopia and Russia. They helped out a little bit. They didn't really do too much, honestly. I've got tons of colonies, all of the colonies possible. I'm making about 4,000 ducats. I would be making more, but I'm giving my colonies about 4,500 ducats. So yeah, making a lot of money. Got 215% goods produced, 100% mercantilism, making about 43% from trade, which is pretty solid. Maxed out Diplotech and Miltech. Didn't max out Admin Tech. Again, I was trying to full state everything, full core everything. Ideas, I ended up with influence, religious, diplomatic, administrative, quality, offensive, defensive, and some of expansion. I had something else before expansion, but I got rid of it in order to do some colonization. I don't remember what I had. Doesn't really matter. I finished the Italian mission tree, did that a while ago. Did not finish the Aragonese or Sardinia-Piedmont mission tree, but that's fine. These are the policies I had. Could have gotten rid of that one quite a while ago, but these are the ones I ended up with. I flipped through, alternating the ones at different points, depending on what was most necessary for that point in time. A little bit of overexpansion, just need another couple of months to finish coring up the Spice Islands I just got. Way over gov cap, but we'll get to the buildings and you'll see that I did the best I could. I just stated probably more than I should, but I wanted to state everything. The only ones that are not converted to Catholic are the ones that I'm coring up currently. Still have 144% religious unity, and I've been the defender of the Catholic faith for a long time. Military-wise, I have a land force limit of 6.4, almost 6.5 million troops. I have 2.5 million. I have a naval force limit of 1,775, and I have 587 ships. Really good army tradition, pretty good naval tradition, decent discipline, okay military tactics, I guess. I have 185 forts, and most, if not all of them, are maxed out level. These are the subjects. I have lots of colonies, and I did do some trade companies. I just didn't put a lot of the things that I got near the end into the trade companies. These are the estate privileges I ended up with. 100% crown lands. Nothing to complain about there. These are the government reforms I went with. The Roman Empire, curtail. Consulate of the Sea, curtail. The tertius, aristocratic court, dynastic administration, embrace economic theory, 6 books, the state is me, and political absolutism. So looking at the buildings, I have stock exchanges basically everywhere, definitely everywhere important, and I just was building them all over the place. Workshops pretty much everywhere. The counting houses actually just about everywhere. Cathedrals all over the place. Town halls literally everywhere that I can, except for a couple of the most recent ones. Got universities pretty much everywhere, manufactories pretty much everywhere, a bunch of furnaces everywhere I can. Got state houses pretty much everywhere I can. Again, these are just the new ones. A couple of soldier houses, not many. And I think I got a couple of the impressment offices, but not many of those. Conscription centers pretty much everywhere I can. Not too many training fields, but I've got a few here and there. A bunch of grand shipyards and a few dry docks and a bunch of maxed out forts all over the place. So that is what the Roman Empire is looking like January 1st, 1821. So let's check out the timeline and see how it all played out. We'll go very fast and I'll catch you all at the end. And there you have it. That's what happened. And now let's finally take a look at the achievements that I got in this playthrough, because I got quite a few. So I got Pile of Gold, own 10 provinces which produce gold, AAA credit, as a great power, take on over 1,000 ducats of another nation's debt. Blockader, blockade at least 10 ports of one enemy. Consulate of the Sea, as Aragon, conquer all Mediterranean centers of trade. Cowardly Tactics, have a fort and a supply depot in a mountainous province producing livestock. Factionalism, have 3 different estates in your country with at least 70% influence each. Fanatic Collectivist, own all institution origin provinces. Georgia on my mind, fully own all 3 Georgias. Mare Nostrum, restore the Roman Empire and own the Mediterranean and Black Sea coastlines, which was the main objective of this playthrough. Narcissism. Name a general after yourself and lead an army to victory. No pirates in my Caribbean. Own or have a subject own the entire Caribbean. Over 1,000. Own 1,000 provinces directly. Spice Girls. Have a female ruler and have active trading bonuses for cloves, spices, salt, and sugar. Tear down this wall. Use artillery barrage on Berlin. The 5 colonies. Have 5 colonial nations. Trade hegemon. Starting as any European country, conquer and have cores on Aden, Hormuz, and Malacca. And Trophy Hunter. Capture an enemy flagship. I also ended the game as the Curia controller. And I dismantled the HRE shortly before I became the Roman Empire because there can only be one Roman Empire, and it is me. Oh, one last thing to look at. The Great Powers list. So I am obviously the #1 great power in the world with almost 22,000 development, 17,500 of it myself. Wu is next at less than 3.2 thousand. Vijayanagar's over 3,000. No one else is over 2,000, but we got Commonwealth, Transoxiana, Delhi, Sunda, and Timbuktu rounding out the top 8. Oh, a couple other things I meant to look at. Religion. Again, everything I own is Catholic, except for these last provinces over here. And actually, my colonies did a very good job of converting all of themselves to Catholic as well. The other thing I tried to do, as I mentioned, is convert things to Roman culture. And while I obviously didn't get everything converted, I think I did a pretty solid job of converting much of my empire to Roman culture. And here we can see that 99% of my development and 99.4% of my provinces are Catholic, and 42.5% of my nation is Roman. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Wait, why is that? That definitely doesn't look like 42.5% to me, does it? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That looks like a lot more than 42.5%, but hey, that's what it says. So with that, let's go ahead and unpause and finish up the last 2 days of this playthrough. And there it is. There it is. I obviously ended up with the largest army, largest navy, most provinces, highest province value, highest income, and highest trade income, and a score of 33,197, whereas Russia is second at 5,300. So with that, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I know I really did. So be sure to come back for the next playthrough as a Jom, and also check out the other playthrough I'm doing as Kong. It's a lot of fun. I'm conquering all of Africa, and I just conquered New York, so King Kong just returned to New York City. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, however much of it is left, and I will catch you all next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.